We are now delighted to introduce our esteemed speakers for the next session on understanding the dynamics of catalyzing innovation ecosystem in the country. To get the session started, join me in welcoming Mr. Maulik Bhansali, CEO, Netweb Software, and Vice Chairman and Vice Chair, NASSCOM SME Council. Welcome, sir. We are also privileged to be joined by Mr. Arvind Kumar, Director General Software Technology Parks of India, STPI. A huge round of applause for Mr. Kumar. We eagerly anticipate your insightful thoughts and perspectives on the topic. The stage is all yours.
Good morning. It's a great pleasure to have Mr. Arvind Kumar with us, who is DG STPI. And we'll take a minute to look at the STPI video to get started with. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. Just before we came here, out in the speaker's lounge, we were discussing in terms of how we as business also got benefited when we got started in 1998. And our good friend, Arun was also there. And he's from Odisha and running a very good business out there. And he also mentioned how we got benefited with STPI. Those were the times when we got started. And a lot of things have evolved since then, right? The industry has changed, business models have changed, technology has been running at the pace which we cannot even imagine and think what's next. In all these times, how is STPI doing and how STPI has evolved? And would like to understand a bit better because I'm sure many businesses around here are tech SMEs. Right? And from that point of view, from that perspective, how STPI is also promoting MSMEs and SMEs particularly. If you would like to share some thoughts of yours.
Good. Thank you. I think it is always a matter of great honor and privilege to be part of any event organized by NASSCOM. I mean, they always well-organized event, whatever the subject is. As far as STPI is concerned, I think we have, since 1991, we have played a very critical role in fostering the growth of tech SMEs. In fact, as my previous speaker was saying, we have to, whole team has to work with some purpose. So STPI could be one of the very great example. We have the purpose that how to increase, how to facilitate software export from the country. And initially we identified what are the issues which is actually industry is facing, and we directly attack instead of regulating, instead of depending on some third party to resolve those issues. We directly attack on those issues. The issues were like connectivity. So it's very difficult if you are able to get 64 kilobits per second speed internet connection, you are the very lucky person in the country. Like those were the days. So instead of depending on telecom service provider, then we have taken bandwidth on transponder. We have created earth station at STPI centers. We have given approval to various earth stations at various IT industry hubs. And this way, everybody got the good connectivity. And the second problem challenge was, of course, ease of doing business. Lot of approval is required. And we have provided a single window system, clearance system in 1992-93. I mean, as a result of, you can see now today, from 92 when there was export of around 52 crores, today it's more than 16 lakh crores. I mean, it's 200 billion US dollar. So we work with purpose. And I think that purpose we were able to achieve as well. Now what we are looking at, that tech SMEs, most of the tech SMEs are coming from tier 2, tier 3 cities. I mean, there is a good focus of government, and as well as people also want to work from their hometown, near town. I mean, that's the new thing which is coming up. And accordingly, we have also created around 65 STPI center across the country, and 57 centers are in tier 2, tier 3 cities. And 53 centers where you can get incubation space. If you are tech SME, you want some incubation space, maybe you want 10, 15 seats, or you want 10,000 square feet space where you can start your work at very affordable rate. So as of now, STPI focus is how to take the whole technology people back to their tier 2, tier 3 cities where they can work. So we have created a very state-of-art infrastructure there at 57 locations in tier 2, tier 3 cities. Apart from it, there is also need, because from software services now country wants to become the software product nation.
Right.
As well as we are also doing a lot of things in electronic manufacturing.
Right.
We want to have our own electronics product as well.
Right.
So we have created 24 center for entrepreneurship, and those are very domain specific, like maybe for health tech we have at Lucknow, it's called MedTech.
Okay.
For AI we have at Mohali. For fintech, we have at Chennai, newly opened on fintech is at Chennai. So we have created a lot of electronics lab. So on those labs, we are facilitating all tech SMEs. We are providing 360-degree support to them, whether it comes to mentorship, we are providing mentorship. We are providing incubation space to them. We are providing good lab facilities to them. And whatever connect they want, connect to the industry, connect to corporate. This is all we are doing for the tier 2, tier 3 city as well as of now.
So this is fantastic. And I think the evolution of the industry itself and talking about deep tech needs and initiatives that many of our businesses have. I think apart from just from the infrastructure, I think the ecosystem that you meant is very important in terms of where you are and how you can be benefited by the ecosystem. So anything that you would like to share about that, sir?
Yeah, so apart from this, we have also launched multiple schemes to support, because we realize that there are multiple issues. When it comes to tech SMEs, I think capital become one of the very important issue for them. Number two, talent acquisition is also one of the very important issue for them. Third is the mentorship. So we are also working on those three issues. Like we have created multiple seed fund scheme, which is called Next Generation Incubation Scheme, wherein we provide 25 lakh rupees to each startup to start with. And to further accelerate, we have created a scheme called Leap Ahead scheme, wherein we provide for acceleration 1 CR in the co-investment model. So this whole Leap Ahead program has been created to accelerate the SMEs, tech SMEs especially. And here we are providing all three pillars to them, like we are providing a global connect to them.
Okay.
Last year we have launched this Leap Ahead program, which is basically on three pillars. One is very excellent and good quality mentorship. It's not that mentorship only on online type. We are providing physical classes to them. Physically, people are coming, investors are meeting, and one-to-one, they can have the meet with the investors. And for Global Connect, we are taking around 30 startups, tech SMEs, to USA to meet with Silicon Valley technical experts, investors to get further investment. And third is in co-investment model, we are providing a fund of 1 CR for their acceleration. So these are the schemes which we are also launching. And every center for entrepreneurship, which we have 24, we also have one way or other way some scheme for the funding, sometime 5 lakhs, sometime 10 lakhs, depending on the requirement of SMEs.
So this is fantastic, and I think honestly, it is music to my ears, and which is so good to see how really STPI is evolving. And I think making sure that the ecosystems are available, and of course, where they are not just in form of infrastructure, but bringing all the resources and all the network along together. Now, along with that, one thing which is very important is the domain understanding and the domain knowledge. And you mentioned about some center of excellences, right? Could you give an example in terms of how our friends here, our businesses can take advantage of that and how they can possibly be part of that?
All right. So, as I said, there are two important schemes. One is funding schemes, which is in the form of NGIS and Leap Ahead. Other is if somebody is working, let us say, on fintech,
right,
some SME, or they are working on medtech. So what we used to call applications. We called Open Challenge Program, which is available on our website. It's STPI and STPI Next. Okay. So time to time, maybe in quarterly, in some of the COEs, some monthly, depends on how many applications we are receiving. Then we shortlist them. We talk what the product they are looking at, what kind of the help they require from STPI. It could be in the form of patent, it could be in the form of funding, it could be in the form of lab access, it could be in the form of connect to some others labs across the country. We then onboard them. If they need incubation space as well, then we provide incubation space to them also at very affordable price. Right. And then we provide all kind of, like they want to go for any tech summit across the country. It could be Kumbh, Startup Kumbh, it could be Bangalore Tech Summit, it could be UMage in Chennai, it could be any event where they want to demonstrate their product. We provide stall space to them, not only in India, but even across the globe also. So we used to take, like we have taken 5-6 startup to Singapore for that FinTech festival. So this is all activities so that they can good exposure. And we have good mentorship pool as well. Those mentorship pool, they really want to connect the dots. So they used to meet those startup time to time. They are domain experts. Right. And they guide them whatever way they can guide.
Right. Now, to be able to avail these resources, or at least get an idea, and how do you get involved into it? One has to be an STPI member, or how does it work to be able to participate in these initiatives?
Anybody can. I mean, this is open to anybody. It's nothing. There is no nothing like membership type of the thing. But those which is IT companies and they are involved with the IT software export, they have to register as STPI unit. Rest anybody can participate in these competitions.
This is fantastic. I think many of us possibly may not be even aware of it, and this is fantastic value that you have really shared. AI is being talked everywhere these days, right? And there is no event, no conference, no session that we've been part of, and this is not discussed. Any specific initiative that you think STPI has or is planning to have around this specific need of the industries, and how we can possibly, enrich the ecosystem so much for this to be able to, come along? Maybe one of your center of excellence is likely working on that.
So now I think, as you said, AI has become part of any tech startup, tech SME. Like maybe now we can't think any business without computer. I mean, 10 years people say, why should we use the computer? I'm very small, SME, even computer is not required. My accountant can maintain the account. But today I can't think a business without computer. Today we can't think business without computer along with internet. Tomorrow the time will come we can't think business without AI. Right? So when I say AI, almost all COEs where why startups are working, they may be one part or some component of the AI, but we have some specific COEs also, which is completely working on AI itself, which we have at Mohali, one we have in Northeast, and then we one have at Bangalore also. So 3 or 4 COEs which is working on AI. But I can tell only one thing, that AI is basically is not now a technology. AI is like a tool. For SME, it is like a tool.
Right.
So for you, whatever industry you are using, whatever vertical you are, you can use this as a tool, and this has become very powerful tool, especially for SMEs, because you can't afford to have 20 manpowers for each and every work. So some work can be done by those AI tools. Suppose you want to connect your customer, you want to write a individual letter, personal letter to them. I think AI tool can help to write a letter which is very personalized to your customers. Otherwise, you need a lot of manpower to it. So SME is they have crunch of the manpower, and this AI tool can very well be used by them. It could be very fruitful for them when it comes to uses of it. So now, and everybody talking about the AI, but the basic things should be talked about how to use the AI, how the AI should be used as a tool by the SMEs.
Right. I think when it comes to developing models or AI models or even test their models, I think what comes to understanding that we as a country need huge compute power, right? So maybe a thought or a suggestion, maybe can these STPI COEs can also become AI labs with enough GPU compute power for all the incubated startups or businesses around there, or SMEs take benefit of that. Maybe that could be one good way of looking at it, sir, for the future.
Right. So we also have some MOUs with big cloud service providers. Though provide the credits to a startup which is onboarded in STPI. But as you said, we can also create some capacity, those who want to develop some large language models in AI, for the AI, and that can also be thought of. Today, as of now, we don't have any such facility where we have our own GPUs and all, but yes, the long term we can think of that also.
Well, thank you so much. That was very insightful, sir. And thank you so much for being with us and all the support that STBA has been giving us all this time. Truly appreciate that on behalf of NASSCOM and our tech SMEs. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that very engaging discussion on understanding how we can transform challenges into opportunities and convert our visions into a reality. To honor our panel, I invite on stage Yash sir from NASSCOM team.
May I request you both, please, request you to please be on the stage. So a small digression of 3 minutes on the agenda, maybe even 2 minutes. Okay, so just wanted to inform everybody that every year, from last year, we've started doing the Tech SME Awards. We call them the NASSCOM Inspire Awards for Tech SMEs in India. This was instituted because the council, the SME Council, came together and said we should do something of this nature. Last year was the first time we did this. You will see the awards of this year also being presented later today. But it was also the idea of the council that we should create a compendium of the last year winners. the people who won, the people who participated in sense who got shortlisted across the 23, 24 categories. So we've created this compendium, which will, of course, be unveiled now. And I would request all the SME Council members to join us on the stage, and I would also request Mr. Arvind Thakur to join us. Sir, if you can please join us, and we have Mr. Arvind Kumar too with us here. In case some of you want the copy of the, you can definitely collect it. It's there at the registration desk. The link will also be there on our NASSCOM community website in some time now. This will also be shared with the various embassies and consulates, etc., so that they get to know the kind of work that the SME community is doing in India. May I request you all to join, please. Chetan, if you can also join us, please. Chetan, up here.